Prosecutors painted a picture of a murder scene where the body of a teenage girl was left in 1996. They say the evidence links this man to the crime. Good evening, I'm Kelly Phillips. Thank you for joining us. Heightened security, law enforcement officers inside and outside the Chambers County Courthouse. Everyone, even jury members, waiting for their bags to be searched and a handheld metal detector to clear them before they could step inside a courtroom. All because of a high-profile case that has received attention across the state and the nation. 46-year-old Kevin Edison Smith is charged with capital murder and the death of a 13-year-old girl. Investigators say he strangled and sexually assaulted Krystal Jean Baker in March of 1996. The prosecution called more than 11 witnesses to testify and explain the details of what investigators found at the crime scene. 6 News reporter Lindsey Kovacevich sat in on the trial. She's back from the courthouse with more. Lindsey?
Kelly, investigators believe Kevin Edison Smith may be linked to some of the murders of young girls and women along I-45 that became known as the killing fields. But for now, prosecutors are focusing their attention on one murder, the killing of a teenage girl. The high-profile case has prompted officers to escort Smith by car from the jail to the courthouse, which is only across the parking lot. Inside the courtroom, the prosecution showed the jury pictures of Krystal Jean Baker's body after it was found under the Trinity River Bridge. A Chambers County investigator talked about injuries to her face, eyes, legs, and other parts of her body, as well as an abrasion that went from one side of her neck to another. They believe she was strangled. Several witnesses talked about the evidence that was recovered and tested. In 1996, no blood, semen, or saliva was found on Baker's dress and underwear. Examiners saved the samples because DNA testing was not as advanced at the time. The clothing was tested again in 2009, and semen was found on Baker's dress. Prosecutors are expected to try to link the evidence to Smith. Testimony continues tomorrow morning, and Quanell X may testify for the prosecution. Investigators say Smith confessed to Quanell X about the murder, but then took his statement back. If convicted, Smith would spend life in prison. Reporting live in the studio, Lindsey Kovacevich, KFDM 6 News.